absolutely nothing that comes close to the feeling of racing a motorbike. And I've tried, I've tried for the last 10 years to try to find something, and there's nothing.
Welcome back to part 2 of 5 Minutes with Fletch with Neville Bradshaw. Let's dive into it.
What is your biggest regret, from every year except this season, because it's only really just started? What's been your biggest regret for the past 34 years in racing?
Biggest regret, I would say, I've only had 2 bad years riding. As far as looking in UK, obviously I had my racing in South Africa. It was just kind of starts off as fun, but as a job, 2010 and 2007 were probably my toughest years. Just made choices that didn't work out for me, and then you got to see it through. I'm the kind of guy that never gives up. So even when I was struggling, I was doing the best I can. In 2007, I had a bad knee, and I raced the entire season with a bad knee, and then got it fixed, and then there was better after that. And then 2010, just stuff that just didn't gel. I overtrained. I got sick. We struggled a little with the bike and a few things like that. And in motocross, you're looking for split seconds everywhere, So a couple of things going wrong kind of put you back. But I still had some podiums at the British Championship that year. And then the next 5 or 6 years after that were really good.
Yeah, so obviously you're part of Armour Vision, and how fast has it grown and what's it like?
Oh, it's been amazing, dude. It's actually blown my mind. Just the athletes we work with and the distribution channels we have. The dealers in the UK have been awesome, taking it on board, and now we're just expanding all the way around the world. We've got it in Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, Brazil. I had a meeting in a week with the Brazilians, and there was 27 people on the call, and I'm like, this is definitely gaining traction, and we're just doing cool stuff, we do edits after the races. We share all the people that buy it, we share their posts, we really want to keep it as a brand for the people. We are one of you guys, we are just enthusiasts of the sport. So no, it's been going awesome. We're just trying to build it. We're getting into America now. We've got some distribution channels there, and it's just, I've been on the back of it, so I'm just an ambassador for the brand, and I was pushing it on the dealers when I was going out there. But it's grown at a massive rate, and it's just hopefully something we can keep pushing.
So, do you wish your kids to race, or would you prefer them to stay out of it? So, is it you don't want them to go through the same problems that you've gone through with racing and the toughness of it?
Yeah.
Or would you happily help them pursue it?
So that's like a double mouth sword. So in one way, I'd love them to do it, because there's absolutely nothing that comes close to the feeling of racing a motorbike. And I've tried for the last 10 years to try to find something, and there's nothing. So on that side, I'd really like them to experience it. It's not an average life. It's very different to what their friends have at school, and the emotions and not giving up and dedication. And so I'd like them to have that side. But on the other side, the injuries, I've been injured and sat in bed for 3 or 4 weeks, and the pain, and so that side I wouldn't really like to see. And then also the return on the hours you put in. If you play football, you play tennis, you play golf. If you become very good at a sport, the returns are good. You invest yourself, you train, you work hard, you're dedicated, you become the best, and then that's your job. And I think motocross is getting less and less like that. There's probably 3 or 4 people in the UK just about making average wage. So on that side, I don't really love it. But I've said to them, the younger ones definitely got it. My youngest boy could be a racer. He's got the mentality, and he never gives up. And he's a hard kid, and the older one just doesn't want to do it, and that's cool. I'll give them the option. We'll do a little bit of riding. We do a little bit of riding here and there, but when it gets to the point, I'll just leave it up to them. If they want to do it, let's do it. But I think I'll also just be one of those guys where they just got to ride for fun. My dad was really hard on me growing up, and our relationship got spoiled through that, and I could never imagine doing that to my own boy. So I'd like to just take a step back and just say, go enjoy yourself, boys, and just enjoy the experience with them, weekends with them at racetracks and stuff.
So what is your favorite bike, favorite brand, year, model? What is your ultimate bike? You don't have to have ridden it, but it's your dream bike.
That's a tough one. So I'm a Honda guy. When I was racing in South Africa, my last few years was with the factory Honda team out there, and I've always liked Hondas. So, that's a tough one. I'd say either a mid-90s. My favorite bike at the minute is actually a CR125. That's my favorite bike to ride. The thing just keeps going like clockwork, and I really enjoy riding it. But I like a little bit more power, so I would probably say like a well-tuned 96 CR250 would be the one. If I could choose any bike to ride all the time, yeah.
That has been 5 Minutes with Fletch with Neville Bradshaw. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me, dude, and keep it up, dude. You're making some nice waves out there.
Thank you once again to Neville Bradshaw, and I'm sure you guys will join me in wishing him a speedy recovery. Hope to see him riding a two-stroke once again.